Hey there, and welcome to Worldwide Rush. This is a new logistics game that's coming out today being August 20th. We have a couple of different game modes where we have to transport passengers. That's our job. We're transporting passengers across the globe. Now, we can do that in the classic mode, where you just play alone. You can do that in Discover mode, where you basically start with just one country, and then start unlocking cities and countries as you continue, so your area of operations continues to grow. Or Sandbox, where you can just play whatever you like. I'm going to go with the Discover mode. I'm going to see what that is like. We're going to say my company is called Stealth 17 Logistics. And let's see. We're going to use a boat. I'm going to say I want to have... no, not quite that. There we go. Start the game. Now, what this mode's going to give you is one city to start with. But eventually, you'll be able to unlock the whole world and transport people all over the place. But it also says, do not allow cities to overfill with passengers, because if you do, you'll be fired immediately by the board of directors. Where are we starting? We're starting in Vietnam. I already tried this mode once before, and it threw me into Sweden. So this is definitely a random start. Now, we have two cities available. We have Ho Chi Minh City, and we have Vung Tau. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. You can see there's a couple of travelers here towards Ho Chi Minh City. I can send them there pretty much in any way that I see fit. I can do that by creating a new route. I'm going to set up my Ho Chi Minh City as a hub, though. You do that by clicking this one. And that's where you store all your vehicles, and you can even hire a manager at some point in order to manage everything for you. I'm going to say I want to have a new route from here to there. How are we going to get people over? Well, we can do that by vehicle. So let's say filter, we can do that by road vehicle. We have two buses with a capacity of 9. It must be a fairly small bus. We have the capacity to use a train, but there isn't a train route yet. We still have to lay down rails, which is fairly expensive, and the price is also hefty. My budget is seeable over here, 2.5 million. So I do have cash, but for now I'm going to just start with a couple of these vehicles. Let's go with 2 of them. As you can see, it does require me to build a road. And you can either do that yourself or just click this. And then the game is going to say, yep, create. It's a distance of 178 kilometers. The journey is going to take 2 hours to get there. And the price for the whole thing is 57k. So, now we're going to run the game. And you can see that we have a couple of passengers being transferred here. This is basically they're being loaded into the vehicle. And once they're there, they're going to start getting transferred to Vung Tau. Now, this is just one city. We will be able to unlock new cities. And there's even a mission that says unlock a new country before the timer runs out, because they want you to constantly grow. There's also a new city available now, Bao Loc. See how I'm going to connect that. Where do the people want to go? Ho Chi Minh City and Vung Tau. Right. Okay, first we're going to lay down a road. You can either do that manually, or you can say, well, I want to just drag my road like this. You can make all sorts of weird and wonderful roads. You can see this is going to be pretty pricey, so be careful with your roads. I typically use default mode, and that just lets you set one route to another, and the game goes, ta-da, you're there. But in this case, I'm going to do it myself, for the simple reason that I want to use the road that I already have, because then I don't have to build additional roads constantly. So we're going to go from Ho Chi Minh City to Bao Loc. I'm going to once again set up a vehicle to do that. It's going to be one of those. We're going to say create. We don't need to build a road. The game might prompt you to, but you don't have to. Because, well, there's simply already a vehicle there. You can see over on the top left-hand side that my bank balance is going down. My company value is a whole $1, or €1 in this case. So at this point, my company isn't worth much. But that's also because I don't have a whole lot of cash flow. There is income, but my expenses, at least this year, have been fairly high. That means that the bank doesn't quite like it. There we go. We're getting some amount of passengers to pick up in Bao Loc. Keep in mind, I don't have to build a route from Bao Loc to Vung Tau over here, for the simple reason that people can transfer in Ho Chi Minh City. So they can take the bus from Bao Loc to Ho Chi Minh City, and once they're there, they can take the bus from Ho Chi Minh City to Vung Tau. You don't have to connect everything perfectly on a one-in-one basis. Not necessary. Now, let's see. We are looking at a fulfillment of only 25% to Bao Loc. So I think the Bao Loc vehicle is going to need a second route, or a second vehicle here. And I'm also going to set up a second one for this one, because it's almost at capacity. Let's run the game a little faster. If you want to unlock Cambodia in this case, you can do so just for the simple price of 262k. But right now I don't want to do that just yet, because I might be able to build that out eventually. Let's see how guys are getting on. We got 7 for Bao Loc, we got 4 here, and we got 11 waiting for Vung Tau. So at some point it might... Oh, there's a new city. At some point it might become interesting to go with a direct route to Vung Tau. And I'm thinking of doing that through this new Vientiane city. So let's say I want to go from here to there to there. It's going to cost me 300k. Set up a new route. Now the game is going to say you can do that if you want to go from Vung Tau, but you don't have a hub. So please keep that in mind. If you want to do this, you're going to have to build a hub somewhere in one of these cities, which I guess is fine. I can do that, but it is expensive. Also, what you have down here is toggle cyclic. Right now the route is non-cyclic, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. If you don't do that, it's going to go into a straight 1, 2, 3. So it would do 1, 2, 3 and back. Which is not necessarily what the people from Bao Loc would be happy with, because they might want to go to Vientiane. So I'm going to say cyclic, non-cyclic. We're going to create that route. And off you go. We got 18 to go to Ho Chi Minh City, so they now have an option to transfer to Vung Tau and then there, or they can transit to Bao Loc and then go to Ho Chi Minh City. And this way, you can just keep going. Oh, there's a new city. I want to constantly keep expanding, of course, because more money is better. Let's just build that road. And which route would lend itself to getting this connection here? Because we got the one from Ho Chi Minh City to Vung Tau. I'm going to reorient my routes a little bit. I want to have one go from Sa Dec to Ho Chi Minh City to Bao Loc. That is not that one. This one. It's this route here. So let's adjust the route a little bit. I'm going to say after Ho Chi Minh City, you're going to do this. Oh, hold on. Route. Route. Edit route. At that. It's going to be 1, 2, 1, 3, 1. If that makes sense. It is set to non-cyclic. Confirm. I don't need to build an additional route. It's fine. So, at this point, we're going to have some travelers going from Sa Dec to Ho Chi Minh City. And in 40 minutes, I will have to expand. You can see that my money is going down. The moment that you stop spending everything, you're going to be at a little bit of a better position, and you will start to gain income. I've also gained trust, and the more trust you have, the more people will pick my country. Oh, sorry, my company. Because over here on the top left, there's also, at some point, going to be competing companies. These will set up routes, and I have seen them set up some fairly crazy routes. I mean, yes, it works. Yes, they do it, but they sometimes pick some really, really weird ways to get people across. It does, however, work, and you can buy them out to take over their routes or their territories. Now, we have also have cities be grown. The Bao Loc location has grown to a tier 2, and once they keep increasing, you're going to have a good problem to have, which is more people to transport, and also a bad problem to have, which is more people to transport. Because keep in mind, if you have too many people waiting in one location, people are going to get pretty annoyed with you. At that point, if you don't fix that, at least in this game mode, you'll see yourself get removed from your own company very quickly. So in this situation, I might need to have an additional either train get running, especially as we start to unlock more of Vietnam. I suppose that's going to be more important. Or we need to have more vehicles running there. Look at that, there's 24 waiting to Ho Chi Minh City. These two buses are stacked right on top of each other. One is going to go to, I think, Ho Chi Minh City, and then to Bao Loc. And then to Sa Dec? No. That route's not right. Did I not set it up properly? It is non-cyclic. Oh, this should be fine. Anyway, where do these people want to go? Bao Loc, it's fine. Bao Loc. Oh, we got 21 here for Ho Chi Minh City. Now, this place is connected by a couple of routes, which you can see here. It's the Vung Tau route, Route 3. So the Vung Tau, Vientiane, Bao Loc. And I would actually add another vehicle there. So I can just click here, duplicate, and you're going to have another vehicle. Now, what I've found with this game is that some vehicles are ridiculously high on ROI. Because this vehicle here, I can clone this for 58k. And this vehicle here has made 45k. Or rather, is going to make 190k this year. So a vehicle has an extremely good ROI, which is basically getting paid off in 3 months. And after that is just straight up profit. So let's start making some profit. There we go. Oh, we have Vientiane being overcrowded. Too many people waiting to go places. Especially Vung Tau is getting no... What? That's weird. It has a direct path. So what's the problem? Because the bus did go there. That's weird. Now, this is potentially a good opportunity for me to set up a boat. It's definitely not the fastest way to go about things, but hey, it gets the job done. I'm going to go with a smaller boat. I'm going to say filter. I just want to have boats, ships here. I'm going to go with capacity of 20. Decent speed, 221k. Off you go. Now, these people are now going to have an additional option to get transported. And it might mean that Vung Tau is going to be able to turn into a hub, for example, to unlock Malaysia. But Malaysia is fairly expensive. We got a new city here. Oh, great. See, normally, if you do this in classic mode or sandbox, you're constantly going to have a good overview of the cities because they're already there. Now, the game is constantly probing and testing you to see if you can manage getting additional routes. Oh, you're let go. Oh, I didn't unlock a new country. Well, there's that. So, be careful with that. Let's switch to a different game mode and go for the classic mode. I'm going to just keep my worldwide logistics as standard. It's fine. So, where are we going to start? We get a small loan of 2.7 million. Turn this modest start into a world-spanning logistics powerhouse. Alright, how about we start in the US this time around? You can see all the cities are now unlocked. So I can immediately start from, for example, New York. And New York's already a tier 2. Washington's a tier 2. And I think unlocking the East Coast first is going to be a pretty interesting thing to start off with. You can immediately see all these arrows of where people want to go. In this case, you can see a Chambersburg flowing in to Washington, but nobody wants to go there. So there are passengers waiting to get picked up there, but they don't want to go back to Chambersburg. Not ever again, I guess. I don't know how that works. Maybe they're migrating. Anyway, we're going to set up a hub here. That is an expensive hub. And now let's see where the most people want to go, which is Virginia Beach. That is going to get a pretty hefty distance. Let's see. Let's plan. I'm thinking if I get Washington turned into a hub, and then New York turned into a sort of second hub. Not strictly a hub as in I'm going to have vehicles running around from there, but more so in a position from this is where buses are going to go from and to. So let's say I want to have a road going from Washington to Virginia Beach. And I imagine that is quite the stretch. That's about 500k. And we're going to go to Chambersburg. Ooh, no, not from there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now we're going to set up a route. We're going to start, and this is not ideal. We're going to start in Washington. And I'm going to say you're going to go to Chambersburg. You're going to go, you don't have to go back to Washington because the game figures out the game logic itself. And now I want to have a non-cyclic route check. We're going to have a vehicle go on there, which is going to be a bus. And I can have either the Elbert or I can have the Slaggart with a capacity of 8. They're both doing 100 kph. This one's slightly cheaper. I don't really see any downside to that, so let's go with the cheaper vehicle. And execute. Set a foothold. You need more vehicles. Invest in more routes to increase your income. We are recommending connecting Washington to Roanoke Rapids down there. Because there are people waiting to go to Washington. Now, I'm in fact going to do something a little different. I'm going to go northeast first. So I'm going to connect Culpeper, Washington, Baltimore, Dover, Philadelphia. And maybe fill it... Yeah, actually, no, let's go with a railway. Because then I can set up from here to there. Which is way too expensive. 2.4 million is not what I have in the bank. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're definitely going to need more vehicles here. Let's set up another vehicle here. So let's duplicate this one twice. Actually, there. That's immediately that one connected. And now we need to have more connections to Washington. If you do that, you're going to get more granting money. Which is nice because it adds on top of all the money that you're going to get from the profits. Let's run the game slowly. I'm going to set up additional connections here. Culpeper, Washington, Baltimore, Dover, Vineland, Philadelphia. Which is another 199k. I'm going to say we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Non-cyclic route, check. And let's throw a couple of those slaggards on there. Ideally just... Yeah, let's go. Alright, run it. I'm going to have immediately... Oh, right, I have a limited inventory. Which means at the moment I cannot be buying additional vehicles. That's unfortunate, because there are no additional vehicles to buy from this particular company. So we'll have to wait for that. Immediately I'm getting money from that vehicle, which is nice. So in the next month I should be able to get additional stock for that vehicle. This... If only they'd split each other, or split themselves out a little bit more along the line, that'd be fantastic. Because now they're moving in one big convoy. It's basically a train on the road. Not quite what I had in mind, but okay. There we go. I already got 5 for 2, so I should be getting that. We are now classed as a micro fleet, and we're going to be upgrading to an urban transit. But that means that I need to have more people getting transported. Up to 300, where I've only done about 20, 30, 47 this month. Yeah, now they're all going to be driving half empty. I need you to go back to the hub. Actually, I'm going to sell one of these off. In favor of having it get transferred to this other route. Because over here we got plenty of people waiting to go places. So, let's go routes. Let's add another vehicle. Because now that I guess I sold it back to the original producer of the vehicle, I can immediately start getting them back out there. There we go, that was the grant. I have earned trust in the US. I need to connect Richmond to Washington. Shouldn't be too difficult. I can set up a route from Washington to Roanoke Rapids, Greenville, New Bern. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess. I'm going to say add city. We're going to start in Washington. As you can see, Washington is quickly turning into the hub. Because you can do the southwest route. You can do the northwest southeast route. Or you can do the, let's say, northeast route. Let's have... Ah, there we go. We got additional Trailblazers available now. And there's another company which has 15 capacity. I like that. Off you go. Now we have it connected. But the game still needs to figure out that we actually have it connected, because we might have a vehicle there. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the vehicle is immediately going to be transporting people. We're not transferring passengers, but there aren't any. There are some waiting to go to Greenville, so at least this vehicle should be making some money. As for routes, you can see how much money you are making with various routes. And you can also see, hold on, is that route actually doing as well as I want it to do? Do I potentially need to set up additional vehicles? Do I need to do additional towns, maybe? Look at that. United States Aviation. That's one of my competitors. You can see I have many, many, many competitors. Some of which are already getting 120,000 profit a month. 190. 190 here as well. American Transit. Let's see what they're doing. Oh, they're down here. All the way in Africa. Not very American, though, is it? Interesting. Now, if you are feeling particularly rich, you can say, hey, this company has a value of almost nothing. Yet it is operating here. The Arabian coach lines operating out of, you know, India. I'm going to buy them out. Which is, at the moment, interestingly, $1. I don't know if that's actually correct. I think it hasn't quite updated yet, but I suppose you could use this to kind of cheat your way into having quite a lot of money, or quite a lot of vehicles in company. You can see that some of these, however, are already worth 1 million. The China fleet operating out of, well, actually China, how about that? They are using 6 vehicles, they have 1 hub, and they have only an age of 2 months. That's how long we have been running for. Our own company, which is Worldwide Logistics, is valued at about 1 million. I think I haven't quite gotten the vehicle back here. Yeah. See, this vehicle never made its way back from the Richmond area all the way north. I'm going to start getting a few more, because I suspect that this is going to be a fairly busy route. Oh, I should have spread them out. Sell. Yes. Now I want to buy another. This is one of those things that might need a quality of life update, where you're just going to have additional units spread themselves out along a route. Otherwise, it's just going to get a bit tedious. It's not great. Now, I'm not sure exactly why we're not getting there. It says still 0 fulfillment. It has a direct path. Washington to New Bern. It's that route from there to there. But for some reason right now it's not quite connecting it. We are now an urban transit company, because we have transported over 300 people this month. You can see that if you are going to be getting the 1501, you're going to be potentially getting more subsidies, which is nice because it means that investing in routes is going to be a little cheaper. What is this aircraft doing? It's making... Oh, it's setting up a direct line from New York to Washington. Is there a demand for that? There's tons of people waiting to go to Philadelphia and Virginia Beach. I would like to set up a train as a more direct route, because now if people want to go to Philadelphia, they're going to have to go through all of these secondary places. But there's definitely demand. Interestingly, there's no demand from Philadelphia back to Washington. Is this affordable at all? No. It's 1.3 million. It's a bit expensive. 2 million, actually. Yeah. No, thank you. I'm gonna skip that for now. Oh, there we go. We're now getting it connected. But I suppose their demand isn't quite met. Only 13%. We're gonna need more vehicles here. So let's set up another duplicate. Oh. Connect more cities. Oh, we got it. Connect more cities to Washington. We need to connect Virginia Beach, Rochester, etc. I thought Virginia Beach has a direct road. Or direct connection. There. It's Virginia Beach, Washington, so... I'm not sure why the game is saying it's not that good. If we are able to get Washington's demands to be a bit better serviced, we can get an additional bunch of cash from there. An additional grant. Now, they want to go to Philadelphia and Virginia. At the moment, I don't really have the ability to build a train, so I guess we're just going to get another vehicle out there. You can also upgrade the vehicle, and that means it's going to turn it into one of those 8 to 15s, which I do like. There's not quite enough demand for this one yet. Let's see if I can find another one which has a lot of demand, either originating here. Yeah, just straight to Virginia. I can get a boat there, but I don't think it'll be the best investment. I can even set up an aircraft, I suppose. How about setting up an aircraft from here to there? It's going to be expensive, with a capacity of 8. I'm not sure if this will earn itself back, but let's see. It should immediately load up. Yeah, it's definitely making some money. And I suppose that is helping with the Washington demand. Philadelphia now is getting such service that it doesn't really have that many people waiting anymore. There, I think the plane just took the last of the waiting people. I can also set up an aircraft to Virginia Beach, I guess. Oh, you're a lot faster. Oh, there's 2 waiting to go back to Washington. So that's not a very, very optimized route. But there is also a request to go to New York. New York, Philadelphia, however, is not quite there yet. Virginia Beach, Washington is high. Yeah, I'm going to set up another aircraft here. So let's go with a plane. It can transport 8 for now. I can always upgrade later. Because I want to get that Washington demand, because that's immediately going to get me about 200k. Cha-ching. There you go. City's grown. We have Greenville, Culpeper, and Roanoke Rapids getting grown, which means that there's going to be more people living there, more demand, and they want to go to New York. Which is a bit of a stretch, but I suppose they could do it. If they transit from Roanoke to Washington and then take a plane, I guess they could do it. And you can see we are getting some fulfillment there. Now, one neat thing that you can do here is go to the hub. You can upgrade the hub, but you can also hire a hub manager. And they will start managing your routes for you, either adding more vehicles or making sure that the city is getting grown. So that's quite nice. Let's do that now. I can say I want you to maintain routes or expand the city. I'm going to expand the city. Oh, there's even building slots. I haven't even seen that. I can upgrade the hub, because right now I have a vehicle storage of 12, and I'm almost using all of those, so I'm going to upgrade that. And I'm going to give the bank here, or I'm going to give the hub manager a bit more cash to work with. And you can see he immediately spends it on additional vehicles. At this point I got 400k, so I'm not going to let the game run for a minute. How's our company value? 2 million. Pretty good so far. Profit. Whoa, these guys are making bank. 406,000? What are you doing and where are you doing it? Whoa, look at that line. There is one route serving to... You're going by boat? That's interesting. Yeah. They're going from Tokyo to Ishinomaki by boat. That one. Which is full all the time. Now maybe I can chip in here and steal some of their passengers. I'm gonna say I have a faster option for you, which is a plane. Shit. I need a bunch more money, which I don't have. There we go, that was another grant. Optimize vehicle profitability. If the game notices that you have vehicles which aren't quite living up to their potential, you can do an upgrade to that vehicle. So I can say, hey, I now want to have more people on there. Up to 26. The vehicle is going to be slightly slower, but estimated profitable just about double. Which is very nice. Let's focus on upgrading my own routes before going into Japan. So let's replace that. New event started. Yeah, I've just completed that one. I can also increase this one. I'm kind of doing what my hub manager should be doing. Let's see what he's up to. Manage existing routes, but his goal will be to supply all the city demand and grow it. Good. So what's the city's demand right now? Well, we're doing pretty well. They do want to go to Elmira, which is all the way in the north. Yeah, we're just going to build a road there. 228k. Set up another route. We're going to go there directly with one bus. Transport... Whoa, that's not a bus. Transporting about 15 people. Off you go. And that is going to increase Washington's satisfaction for transport, which will allow it to grow. Once it grows, there's going to be potentially more people to transport, so all I need to do then is add more vehicles. How's that airline of mine doing? The one flying to Philadelphia? Pretty well, 51k. The most profitable line now is the bus going from Culpeper to Philadelphia. It's this one. There's 208,000 coming in from that. Provincial Pioneers, how about that? That's the next objective for 5,000 transportees. Yeah, we're pretty much there. This bus is probably almost full. We got 18 people we need to go back, so that bus is going to be full on the way back. Good. And that means that Elmira is going to also have its requirements pretty much met. Now not doing great on cash, but these guys are going to transfer whatever they have left. I hope I don't go bankrupt at this point. Company value is now 3.7 million. Now, because I have everything focused on this hub manager, all the money flows into his bank account, if you will. So what's going to happen is at the end of the month, they're just going to make a deposit. That is, if they're not currently working on buying more vehicles. Have indirect traffic. Okay. Month is going to tick over right about now. There. He just sent the rest of his money over to me. This is a way that you can make yourself, or make your life a little easier. Oh, you just bought an additional plane. Christ. Okay. You bought several additional aircraft. So that's where all my money's been going. Look, Sunshine, there's a few too many planes in the sky at this point. Especially as some of them appear to be flying around empty. This one's a 3 of 8. I'm going to sell that one off. So you can see the hub managers are useful, but they're not infallible. I don't understand why they kept sending additional planes out. I don't mind if they buy an additional bus to Roanoke Rapids, but that's about it. So I'm going to say you don't get to expand, you just get to maintain the routes. You don't create new routes. You will ensure that the routes are going to be profitable and efficient. That's going to be your job. Now, this is pretty much the game. This is what you can do in this game, and this is how you can keep growing out your empire. And you can do that wherever you see fit, which is the beauty appeal of this game here. In my own country here, you can see there are a bunch of cities which you can connect. If you want to start in Britain, you can. There is at least one company doing that already, Global Iberian. You can go to France, you could do Spain, you can do Africa if you're feeling particularly interested in long-range travel. It doesn't really matter where you start. It's just about, can you survive? Can you make enough profit? Can you survive by the end of the month? And potentially, can you start gobbling up your competitors? Because, for example, the China Express here isn't doing that well. Someone's going to buy them out. Oh, sorry. I need to have 2.7 million for that. Never mind. Can't quite do that, even though the company's supposedly valued at €1. If you want to have a go at this game, you can do so. Link down below in description. Thank you to the developers for sending me a key so I can check it out. I think I'll be playing more of this game. I'm just not sure if I'll turn all of those things into videos. Let me know if you'd like to see more of this game, and I shall provide or not, depending on how it goes. Thank you for watching, and good luck building your worldwide empire.